All right, testing. Are you there? Is there any sound now? One, two. One, two, one, two. All right, excellent. All right. Thanks for your patience. If you're just tuning in, this is the International Interfaith Court, and I am your favorite magistrate, M. Sufi Il. And we were just having a little bit of technical difficulties. And just know this is a special session, a video affidavit that we have for one of our new members, brother uh, Michael Jason Fernandez. And if you don't know, the International Interfaith Court is an alternative family court system, and it is a mental health and wellness court service that we provide. We are listed with our MPI number on the government registries. And as you can see here, there is our MPI number, which allows us and notifies the foreign venue court system that we have interceded. We are billing their insurance for this mental health and wellness service that we're providing as angel advocates, because we don't do devil's advocates here. And so be sure to join the International Interfaith Court in your time in advance, mostly because, you know, with you join in advance and we have your autograph and on file an application, then there's no court that can stop us, or no agency that can bar us from advocating for you and being your advocates and your chaplains and even your tribunal, right? Inshallah, mashallah. So we have brother Michael Jason Fernandez on the line, who's referred to us by one of our magistrates in training, who we must give honors to, Noble Woodford Eel. We took a reading earlier from the Holy Bible with the Lord's Prayer, so I know you visually saw that, and I'm sure you saw the mission of the Interfaith Court as well that we posted, which is post listed here, and we will go through later at later times. All right. So, with no more further ado, we want to start this process to intake the information as we, catalog his story in the, as an affidavit of fact for the record, on the record, this so-called March 16, 2026 CE at 9:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and also 6:14 Mountain Time where he's at. And I'd like to welcome him to the stage, Brother Michael Fernandez. And if there's anyone to speak on his behalf, thank you for coming to our chaplain's court. And who's on the line with Brother Michael? How you doing? Hola.
Hello.
Is anyone present? Can I hear you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? There you go. All right. How you doing, Brother Michael?
Pretty good, sir. How are you?
Excellent. So, welcome to our video affidavit intake session, and thank you for your patience because we have technical difficulties. And whenever our clerk of the court is not running this system and is not behind the boards, it's going to take me a minute to get it together. So I appreciate you with that. Just so you know, we provide the mental health and wellness services, chaplaincy services, and family advocacy services for folks like yourself who I gather already have an agreement of some sorts in family court and within your county. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So state your name for the record and where you're a resident of.
Michael Jason Fernandez, um, Denver, Colorado.
And what is your age, by the way?
I'm 49, May 19, 1976.
May 19, 1976?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Oh, great. Great job. You'll be 50 coming up.
Yes, sir.
Yes. 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 I turned that same age on May 4th.
Oh, really? Same date?
Yes. May 4th,
Wow.
1976 now, bicentennial. That's great. That's awesome. And so what we do is we advocate as a family advocacy for you because you have a contract with their other courts. So in order to help you extinguish or solve that equation for you, uh, we serve in replacement of an attorney a lot of times. Sometimes we actually add on and help a person if they still have an attorney because they may have worked with their attorney for a long time. Do you have representation in your case or anything?
I used to have one, but I told him to drop it because the problem is any I don't have any income to pay him as my lawyer, and so I asked him to drop that case for me, and was trying to do on my own, but it seems like it's kind of too hard. That's why I'm asking for help.
Okay, so I hear your accent. And what's your nationality of origin, like your family?
Filipino?
Filipino.
Yes,
Were
sir.
you born there?
Yes, I was. Mhm.
I can't hear you.
Yes, I was born in the Philippines.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. So, and what about how many children do you have with your spouse? Do you have any children with your ex?
Yes, I have two kids. One's gonna be 26, and the other one, the youngest, is gonna be 25.
26 and 25. No
Yes, going
minor
to.
children.
No, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So is your ex as well from Philippines?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. So now, how long has it been since you've been divorced?
So we've been divorced since 2022. So it's been like 4 years.
Mm-hmm. 2022.
That's correct.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Now, are you both citizens? Is there any issues there that is making it harder for you to kind of deal with this issue?
No, sir. Yes, we both U.S. citizen.
Okay, so y'all both, so nothing, there's no problems on the table with that.
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So now, what is the issue that you're having? Because if you got divorced, is this something where you feel that it was unfair procedure? And do you have any upcoming uh, trials or court dates and stuff? What
So
is
I
your
have
claim with the divorce?
so I have a court date coming up on the 14th of April.
Mhm.
And the reason why she divorced me, it's because she have another guy with her while we're still married. So she went back to the Philippines several times and meet up with these guys. And then that
Oh,
one
go
time,
ahead, continue.
yes, go ahead. And one time when she came back, she showed me engagement ring that she said that the guy gave it to her. So she been asking me to divorce me, and I finally decided to just go ahead and get it done. So that way, it's gonna be out of their way, and just stop communicating with her.
So even though she was unfaithful, she was the one that filed for the divorce.
Yes, she asked me actually several times, and several times I told her no because I don't wanna get divorced because she's my first married, she's my first wife, and to the point that she kept asking me that she really wants to get divorced, and I finally decided that he said, okay, go ahead, let's get it divorced then, if that's what you want.
And what county in Colorado is that?
Denver.
Denver. Okay.
Well, actually, we
Has
were married in Denver, Colorado court, but we got divorced in Jefferson County court.
so this is your second time going through the divorce.
Yes, she was married the first time. She was married in the Philippines with a guy from Idaho, Pocatello. So they were married in the Philippines, but she decided to divorce that guy in Idaho. And then she did not tell me that she was married until I find out that she was married with the first guy and divorced her, but we already married. And she never told me that she had a kid on with the first marriage until I find out.
She had a child with the person as well.
Yes, she had two kids with the first one, first married.
Were they removed during your marriage?
During our marriage, actually, because those kids are in Idaho, Pocatello. I was in Colorado, so she moved from Idaho to Colorado, and the kid was left there with her first husband.
Now, so there's no minor children. So, what is your problem with the claim or if divorce? This is your second time now divorcing her. That's correct, right?
Yes, this is her second time divorced with me. I mean, the second one
You
was divorcing.
now, what faith or religion are you both?
We both Catholic.
You both are Catholic.
Yes, sir.
Now, have you ever sought remedy or arbitration or help from the priests or the archdiocese?
So actually, we do have back then. That was like a couple years ago. We see our priest actually, and we try because our marriage was really bad on that time. That was like a couple years ago. So we decided to see a
Mhm.
priest if he can help us. It helps a little bit for like a year, and then all of a sudden it went back getting worse. That's why she ended up divorcing me.
Okay, I missed that part. Say it again. That's deep. Go ahead.
Okay, so back then, couple years ago, we see a priest actually from our church, and we get some advice from him, and I was trying to work it out our marriage, but it so the priest was actually help us a little bit, and all of a sudden she went back the same thing. It's just getting worse. So there is no way that I can hold our marriage anymore because she kept asking me to divorce her because I knew it when she went back to the Philippines a couple times. Her excuses is for my daughter, because my daughter was in the Philippines when she was 6 months old, and we left her over there. And then so she went back in the Philippines a couple times. Her excuses is to see our daughter, but that's not the case. For what I heard from her mom, which is my ex mom, that you know she wasn't there for her when she went back to the Philippines.
So let me ask you, because are you are maybe an active believer? Or you consider yourself a devout Catholic? Are you engaged?
Um,
How often do you go to mass or participate? You know
well,
what the cliche for Catholics is they only go once a year on Christmas for mass. Are you one of those?
no, sir. I go like almost every week, and I used to be an usher, also participating doing an usher on the church, and
You were usher.
yes, sir, I was.
All right. Did
So
you learn any Latin? Did you learn any Latin or anything like that?
no, sir. It's pretty much like helping the church, you know, helping people actually to find a seats or whatever that they, I mean, to assist them as much as I can, and help them as much as I can, and also that was like that's every Sunday, and every Thursday actually I go to the church also because we have a weekly prayer. It's supposed to be like a daily prayer, like a Holy Rosary, and I do that too.
Well, it's such a shame these days that over the generations, uh, the actual religious body politics a lot of times are often absent, or don't even provide the service anymore,
Mhm.
because we need the clergy to be more active, and especially as an archdiocese, because a lot of times there if you were if you just volunteering, but if you had a collar on, probably maybe they help you. But the thing is, they don't even believe in marriage. If you have a collar, you can't marry. So it's a lot there. But I pray for you. I feel for you. Now, is she considered herself, or would people consider her a devout Catholic or active as you?
For what I know, because my dad saw her used to be like every Sunday on the church, but suddenly it's been like 3 months now. She haven't been to the church. Because actually, my dad used to see her like every Sunday, and just like it's been like 3 months, he haven't seen her in the church. So not really sure what's going on.
You just tuned in. This is our Interfaith Court uh, video affidavit intake session for one of our new members, Brother Michael Jason Fernandez. And he, in his prayer for support and atonement and salvation in his family court needs, in his family divorce situation, in which I imagine that you are not very open or in agreement with the divorce settlement terms. Is that what this claim is about for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, if one of our members, or one of our viewers, Kwesida Agaba, do you handle child support cases? Yes, we do handle child support cases. We handle child custody cases, family court cases of any kind. This is a divorce settlement case, an alimony case, right, Brother Fernandez?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so all of that is relative to family court. We're very pleased and give thanks and praise to the Most High because in 2025 CE, we actually expanded our court in order to serve other people in their needs outside of family court. So we actually started doing mental health and wellness, and we helped out with all kinds of cases. Though this, as an alimony case, is right down the middle of what we normally do, and so what we are doing here is doing a video affidavit on the record for the record, so that you can be able to understand what we are Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your patience. And sometimes when it gets really good, we used to call it the computer gen, the ghost in the shell, because you're really getting somewhere here, I pray. And a lot of times that messes up your whole train of thought. So the glory be to God. We'll keep it going. So heavenly, we were getting to the fact that you have this alimony settlement claim that she has poised against you, and this is her second time divorcing you as a husband.
Yes, that's correct.
Now we like to give a reading on that. Whereas let's share my screen to see what it says about it. And this is researched by our Sharif of the Interfaith Court, brother uh, Noble Christopher Jackson Bay. And can you see the screen sharing at all? Is it coming up?
No, sir.
I'm just striving to share it, but I'm reading from First Corinthians. Share this tab. Let me see if it'll do it. Let me see. First Corinthians and First Corinthians, let's look at it. Chapter 7 and verses 8 through 10, 10 and 11 rather. All right. And it says, heavenly, to the married, I give this command, not I, but the Lord. A wife must not separate from her husband. Verse 11, heavenly, but if she does, she must remain unmarried or else be reconciled to her husband. And a husband must not divorce his wife. Wow. Amen.
Amen.
So now that's deep, because did you divorce her both times or did she divorce you both times?
She divorced me.
So according to your religious law, and religion is law in the world, and that's why they still have a Bible in the courtroom, giving you a clue that when you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and all of that, that you know, you're swearing over, or you're affirming over what? The most important words that you could say. The whole jurisdiction of the court is in the Bible. They're not attempting to get you to swear over the Colorado Constitution or the United States of America Constitution, right? No, it's over the Bible. So that's what we are here as advocates to protect your religious rights and immunities. Ain't that something? And that's
Yeah.
what we do because, yeah, if you don't invoke them, there's there's a as far as the First Amendment as of their Constitution, it gives limits on how the government can interact with real people and on the land and stuff like that. So it may not apply to real people and indigenous people such like ourselves and stuff, but it's a limitation for them. It's their guideline. So we have to hold them to it a lot of times. And within their First Amendment, it's saying that they can't give preferential treatment to religion as well. So they don't know what kind of Jehovah's Witness or Catholic or Lutheran that you may be. So if you don't invoke those religious things, if you don't say, "Hey, I'm not allowed to go to work on Sunday because I have church. I'm not allowed," like as Moors and as Muslims, we don't go to court on Friday because that's our holy day. You see? So as Hebrew brothers and sisters, we don't do that type of work or that type of business on the Sabbath, on a Saturday. You see? But the court in a regular matrix, they don't know if you Muslim, Hebrew, or what Christian, either one. So they don't know what type of treatment. And if you don't invoke it, closed mouths don't get fed. So instead of allowing them to give us cookie cutter treatment, we come and intercede for you and with you to help you solve that equation, right? And in your case, resolve it because so you didn't break that religious law, but she did, and we need to hold her feet to the flames with it. But also too, um, it's something where if let's imagine, or just imagine for a second, if you two were Islamic and you were Muslim, guess what they would tell you? They would say, Brother Michael, in the Sunnah of it, meaning in the culture and the practices and traditions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him, they would say, according to the Sunnah or the traditions, Brother Michael, you married her twice. Don't you know if you divorce her in Islam, if you divorce her twice or three times, you can't marry her again. You have to allow her to marry somebody else first before you can remarry her. Ain't that something?
Yes, sir.
So you would be getting close to that because she divorced you twice. That's amazing. And honors to you and your kudos to you for your I would gather as uh either unconditional love or unlimited passion. What do you think it is? Why you keep married? Why you choose to marry her twice?
Mm, Yes, actually, the first one she married with a guy I did not know. She never told me. She never been honest with me. And then it's kind of too late for me to back it up because I already married her until I feel. After I've married her, actually, then find out that she was married in the first with the first husband. So in order for me to keep
And
it,
she had two children
I
as well.
yes, she never told me that she had a man. She had a kid, and in order for me to keep my vow to her, so I just let it go. It's just because I was married to her, even though I find out that she was married with the first guy, with the first husband,
And
and
see,
I
they
still
talk they
did,
they call that hypergamy nowadays, that
and
polygamy,
and
that real
yes,
polygamy. Yeah, see.
yes, and yet I still accepted her. It's because I was married to her already, and then this is what she did to me, just like what she did with her first husband.
Now let's
But
get to the claim aspect.
okay.
What is your problem with the divorce settlement?
So my problem is she really tricked me. She tricked me because actually before we get divorced, she told me that she needs some help with the financial because she said she lost her job and she needs me to help her to until she get back on her feet, which is supposed to be like a short term. That was our agreement, and she wrote it down and she made me sign the paper. And after I signed it, when we went to the court, things changed. She said that she wants a long term supports. You got it muted. I can hear you. You got it mute. It says mute on your Can you hear me? I can't hear you now. No, sir. I still cannot hear you.
All right, 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. If you just tuned in, this is our Interfaith Court special session. This is one of our video affidavits intake session. For the record, on the record for brother member Michael Jason Fernandez. We are America's primary alternative family court system. We have been compelled to do these online court sessions since 2020 when, well, really 2022, when the courts resumed back into session after coronavirus subsided, if you remember. When we were all doing Zoom court, and a lot of the courts have resumed in person, but we have a lot of members around the country that requested that we still do the Zoom court or the remote court sessions, and they have worked wonderfully. Praise God, all last year to help exonerate people of all kind of charges and chopped it up, and they were used instrumentally in their cases, and so we will continue to catalog your narrative and then advocate for you. In this case, you don't have a public defender or nor an attorney. However, with you advocating for yourself and presenting your own case, you have to figure out a way, and we are your support team. We always encourage people to sign up and join the Interfaith Chaplaincy in advance, kind of like prepaid legal in its heyday. Because once we have your autograph, shoot, we could have been there. I coulda, woulda, shoulda, but a lot of members that we have, they don't have anything going on. And then once something starts, we can so-called jump on it early because they're already signed up. So make sure others that you know that may have issues or they have children that are under 18 and they're fighting or in family court situations, they can always register with us. But hopefully, you have a court case coming up because, a lot of times people find us at the last minute, I would say.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a case date, a court date?
Yes, that's gonna be April 14th at 9 a.m. Jefferson County, Colorado.
Oh, in Jefferson. Okay. So yeah, at any rate, uh, this type of video affidavit is sometimes if the person is a person of faith and they are actually active in their faith community or their church or masjid or wherever they may attend, then we usually contact the other clergy at their church or their house of worship, and they usually bring them to the center because a lot of times there's no oversight for these things. A person tricked you in the alimony contract as you're filling, but they're doing it without any oversight nor what they feel to be any repercussions. They're not scared because they feel like the regular family court system is steered in a regular marriage. You know, let's be honest. When a person marries another person and they sign that marriage certificate, that's giving the state the power to do what they're doing, which is to negotiate your settlements, your activities within your marriage, and even settle the terms on divorce. You see how dangerous that is? Because
Yes.
when we give them the power for certain privileges, as we may imagine or perceive them to be, or sometimes you think that you got to do it, because they tell you you got to go get the marriage license. But that's what actually allows them to monetarily do these things, and just like a birth certificate does very similarly, you see. So, uh, in Philadelphia County and district here, their corporation, they actually call their marriage department the Department of Orphans, by the way.
Mm.
So it's a strange name for the marriage certificate department, right? The Department of Orphans, because they're considering you an orphan when you don't really control your corporation straw man name. It's kind of like an orphan situation because our mothers signed birth certificates when we were infants, and it tied us, or we were thought we were tied to that, and we've been kind of get ensnared in these contracts ever since, if you notice. And so we seek to do continuing education for our members. And so now that you've joined, we're going to advocate that, especially before the court date, that you bring yourself up emotionally and mentally with some training. And some of the workshops that we had over the years helps to prepare you for that. But this will be something where we'll have to kind of give you somewhat of a condensed immersion course, and we'll have to speak on your behalf, and I'll have to reach out to their court and your advocate that we're assigning to this case for you, because I am hereby ruling that we do accept this case, because we don't accept all cases. There's a lot of intake sessions where people, they just need a job, they need housing, they need all kinds of things, and they think that they have a good case. But in this sense, you didn't write this alimony contract, right? Did who wrote the contract that you have a problem with?
She did.
She wrote the contract, your ex? And what is her name for the record?
Felna Hiniel. Actually, her full name is Filna Katubig Hiniel. It used to be Filna Hiniel Fernandez. Since we got divorced, she changed it to a Filna Katubig Hiniel.
Now, her Fernandez, I understand. Now, how you spell her first name?
Felna. Middle name is Katubig, is Catubig. Last name Hiniel, Heniel.
Okay. And so, yeah, and she actually wrote that. Is she a paralegal or a legal expert or attorney or anything like that?
No, she is not. She wrote it down, and I think that's part of her plan that she gonna bring it to the court. So she wrote it down, and she made me sign, and she took it to the court to agree
She
what she
made you sign
says.
and took it to the court. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, I know what you mean. Let's see if we could see the summons that you had, if it can add to the stage. Was it adding to the stage? There we go. All right, are you able to see that?
yes,
And so is this the upcoming summons?
yes.
All right, we see the spelling: Felina Heniel Fernandez, Jefferson County Court, District Court. All right, Colorado, 100 Jefferson County Parkway. All right. So we see that uh, all motions shall be supported by recitation. So the court has jurisdiction. And what are they saying? Because the motion is facially defective, the motion is not. So they denied your motion
Yes.
because they didn't agree with the format and the way that you put the case, the motion together.
Yes.
And so that has occurred a lot of time over the past 2 decades as a lot of uh, nationals, citizens, subjects, believers, and folks from all walks of life begin to become more educated about their rights and immunities. People begin to do their own self help. And so there's a huge learning curve there for all of us, you see? And so depending on when you began and how you began to do your training or actual your legal writing, that is, uh of course they're going to throw it out because you don't have the experience. That's why they have law schools and paralegal schools and all that. We've been doing legal writing workshops, by the way. And so once every 14 days or a certain amount of time when people request it, we do a federal lawsuit legal writing and legal writing in general. And these are some of the workshops, if you're able to see it here on the screen, that we've been doing over the years. The introduction to interfaith judicial system. Let's see, where you learn the basic principles of interfaith justice. Pastoral mediation is what we're doing now, and what I'm legally doing by helping you mediate in your family court need, but legally because I'm your clergy. You see, and we have a service set up. Now, there's the law enforcement workshop we do. There's wellness workshops. I'm getting the one that you may need or what is in uh high demand for what is going on. Mental health first aid. Um, this is affecting your mental health and wellness, and this is why you know we intercede on your behalf, because when they start taxing your pockets, it affects you emotionally and it affects everything around you. And no matter what, you could sleep on the floor, but the rest of your loved ones and all your other obligations, they can't take just promises, right? So it's just downhill thing. uh we have all of these trainings, but for our members like yourself, we don't really charge them all of those rates or anything, because those are like for professionals who really don't even have problems. They're learning how to be a chaplain or a magistrate themselves, so they take these professional development courses, let's say. And so but the topics that it's talking about, we're going to employ, and that comes up with your case, some of it, uh, and our interfaith chaplaincy services. So now she's not a lawyer, so if Jefferson County, Colorado District Court is listening and tuned in, please, this is your opportunity to cure. Be noted and be duly aware that brother uh, Michael Jason Fernandez is objecting. We object. He objects. I object as his chaplain uh, to your convenient processing of his motion to dismiss and dismissing it in error out of convenience and out of assuming that the document is actually a solid contract, even though his ex uh, who actually wrote the document. So she has a high propensity in cause to have intentions to have elements in the contract that are not enforceable. And that's the part that we're dealing with now. Since she did it, it's not an attorney. Uh, let the record reflect that the court has smoothly accepted her words in her contract, even though it may lack the elements of a contract to even be enforceable as a contract. And this is the demand and command by Jason Fernandez for you to strike out any terms and clauses within that agreement that are not enforceable, unconscionable, and that uh, are unilateral in nature. And so that is his prayer for relief, which is a relief for claim for relief that uh, which may be granted due to the fact that extra care and scrutiny is always given in any court, according to court rules and protocols, that whenever any layperson or non-lawyer is bringing a litigation or a case, that they read it liberally, construe it in the most harmonious manner for the greater good and for the intentions of the law. See, and so uh, that is our ruling here today, that we take this case because it is a true controversy. She has broken the law of Corinthians, and you both are Catholics, so she's broken the law of First Corinthians, chapter 7, verses 10 and 11, as cited by our Sharif of the Interfaith Court, Noble Seafood, Christopher Jackson Bay, and she has also, remarried and has unethically commanded and demanded that you pay her lifetime alimony. I suspect lifetime
Yes.
alimony, and with this lifetime alimony is totally unethical, unconscionable, unenforceable, and may the portions that contain language such as that be stricken from the record. And this is what we will advocate for you. So we hereby receive this case in good faith. And we read off the Lord's Prayer for you, brother. And we are going to work closely with your assigned advocate that we're signing today. Of course, the Sheik Noble uh, Jason Woodford Ill out there in your territory. And so praise Allah for him and all the Moors in that ecclesiastical district. I'd like to give high honors to all the Moors watching. And just know, if you're tuned in, I'm your favorite magistrate, Sufi Ill. I graduated in 2013. I graduated in 2023 from the actual Supreme Court of Pennsylvania as a magistrate, just so you know, because a lot of folks may misunderstand. And so, even though we have the right to govern according to our First Amendment right to govern in our private jural society, but still at the same time, we know what people think, and we must also render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. And so we do have our certification as a magistrate within the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. What is it called? The Unified Judiciary Minor Judiciary Court Training. Praise Allah for that. And so y'all can check out my certifications as we post them on our website, grandbodyrecords.org, and get a load of. I will just upload one of them so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. for the record and know on the record, if you just tuned in to Ask the Magistrate portion, here we go. So graduated February 6, 2023 in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. This is the certified that Mahdi Sufi EOSL has completed the course of instruction, passed the examination required by law of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and is qualified to perform the duties of arraignment court magistrate. That's an AKA a bail judge, a bail commissioner. And when people get locked up, if I take the job downtown inside the Philadelphia Municipal Court, you know, I can give people low to no bail, high bail, all that stuff. So, meditate on it for me, because it's something where we have to be well tempered to do bail and to give people the proper bail when they get locked up. As you could only imagine, they constantly give $1 million bails and overpriced everything in this matrix jurisdiction. So they have a few courts within Supreme Courts within the country that give out the training, and we give the path to magistrate training, by the way, now to prepare you for your path to magistrate, if that is what you are qualified for. There's my graduation letter for all those who may not understand what is going on. So it says where, Dear Marty L, on behalf of the Minor Judiciary Education Board, it's my pleasure to inform you that you have successfully completed the course for prospective Philadelphia arraignment court magistrate and have achieved a passing score. Lord have mercy. That's a hard test, as you can imagine, to pass the judgeship course. And you can skip all the way down and don't we look, but we don't judge. I didn't get 100%, but I passed that thing. Look at that. 70%, 76, and 80% on the here at the bottom on the objective scores on my exam track. Don't judge, but I'm here for you, and we need more of our people. Uh, those of us who are in the right sound mind, body, and great spirits to be compassionate bringers of justice, and be the change that we say that we want to see in the community. Because as you can imagine, one of the our prophet Noble Ali would always tell us that fruition and mastership is when man himself uh uh it becomes the truth and not just knows the truth. So we applaud you, brother Michael, for your passion and your commitment to being a husband and a father, obviously, as well. But there's grown children, but we applaud you. So I'm not serving as your magistrate in this course. So we're just showing you this as our credentials of what we do here at the Interfaith Court. But when a person, this case did not originate with us. So what we do in those cases is we come and step in and intercede to advocate on your behalf to solve it or resolve it, resolve it, or renegotiate it or extinguish it. Like, people have jail cases. We had cases last year where minors were already locked up by the time they joined, they were already incarcerated, and their parents joined on their behalf for them. Yet in this case, we're happy to kind of still have a few days to help prepare. And so, honest to you, brother, and keep the faith, continue to go to services, and if you have time, I will actually reach out on the phone and give you a voice connect and give you some encouragement and follow up with you and Noble Jason Woodford Eel, so that way we get you the right paperwork submitted and we put the right claim in, because that's the major issue, is that she is not an attorney. She is not a lawyer. She is not a paralegal. And as a layperson and as the person who actually benefits the most from a contract being one-sided, unequal, and not and unethical and unconscionable, the court cannot allow itself to be that convenient and to rubber stamp it as a good contract to enforce, as if the person is actually an attorney or a law expert. So there may be so many elements missing that it's not even an actual valid contract. That's one. And then there may be terms in there that are unconscionable. Is English your first or second language, by the way?
Second language.
So legalese is a language in itself. So I'm sure you probably have realized it by now. But the legal language of in court paperwork and in on that contract that you signed for alimony or whatever it was, even the marriage certificate and all the language prior to that on those forms, you know, on those applications, they're all different definitions that you must have a law dictionary, brother. So make sure I'll send you the links to Merriam's Law Dictionary, Barron's Law Dictionary, the Etymology Law Dictionary, Black's Law Dictionary, and so that you can have that pocket, you know, get one as well physically. You have a pocket size and have it handy. But those are different definitions for the legal words. Did you know that?
No, sir.
Wow. See? And let the record reflect at 10:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What time is it there? 7:07?
807.
8:07
Yes,
Mountain
sir.
Time,
Yes, sir.
Mountain Standard Time, that our member, brother Michael Jason Fernandez, did not know, and that the legal language in the United States of America construct uses different definitions and has different impact legally and practically on his life than regular speaking English. He speaks, what language do you speak primarily as a first language?
Ilonggo.
What's it called?
Ilonggo.
Ilongo. And how do you spell that?
Yes, sir. Ilonggo.
And what Ilonggo? And what country is that from? That's from Philippines?
Ilonggo. Philippines.
That's excellent. So,
So our first actually in the Philippines, our main actually is Tagalog, which is from Manila. It's Tagalog, but in the Philippines there is a lot of dialects that we speak in the Philippines.
wow. Now, is she from the same tribal dialect as you?
No, sir. She's from
So you're from
Bisaya.
Ilago. What is she from?
So I'm from Iloilo. So I speak Ilonggo. She's from Dipolog, which is southern in Cebu, northern Cebu.
Now, was there a translator or any kind of language counselor or such advocate there for you in the court when you had your case last time?
No, sir.
The court didn't provide a translator. All right,
No,
so
sir.
yeah, so we object to that, and yet at the same time, we do know that it would be a challenge to find your original language translator anyway. And so that's why, you know, in the beginning, when we opened up our International Interfaith Court, we operated inside the Criminal Justice Center for 2 years. And that's the largest courthouse in Philadelphia, down there at 1301 Filbert, right? Filbert Streets. So it's right in the heart of Center City, Philadelphia, a block away from City Hall. So we used courtrooms 304 and 305 those years. And our first cases for at least 6 months were people from Laos, Cambodia, right? And similar countries. And we were shocked, but then we quickly realized that people like yourselves definitely have huge challenges to obtaining justice in the United States of America, construct, because there's a cultural clash there and barriers, there's language barriers, and then, like we provided translators for our people from Cambodia and Laos. For the cases, we provided translators because we went to their church and had their pastor bring somebody in from their community. So the court didn't provide it, and you were not a member quite yet of our chaplaincy, so we weren't there to help you. Though that is a big deal of why these regular family courts and divorce courts and cookie cutter Kaffir courts, they're colonial courts. So those colonial courts, they're sometimes incompetent for the most part for people who are intercontinental, or like you were born in the Philippines, I gather, right?
Yes, sir.
And how long did you stay there before you came here?
So I came when I was 15. Um, that was 30. So 1990, I left Philippines. I came to United States in 1990.
So you've been here since 1990.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, so that is what we do because they are not really culturally competent enough to realize they're not providing justice on either side, because this is not due process. That's not real due process that they are dealing with if they're quickly expediting out of convenience of these contracts when you don't speak English as a first language, and you wouldn't know and didn't know for the record that the legal language that your ex had you signing on to was entrapping you to pay her alimony for the rest of your life, right?
Yes, sir.
And now this is the kicker. Is she in another relationship? How's that going?
Um, I think it's doing well for her because she is the one who's supporting the guy now from the alimony, that from the alimony, the money that she got it from me. She's supporting the other guy. She used that
Is
money to support the
Are they
guy.
engaged or anything? How far along are they in their
So
relationship?
so for what I see, because they posted it on the Facebook, they were engaged on 2022 and get married on the 2024. That's what
Mm.
they uh that's what they posted on their Facebook.
So, but they're not married.
Honestly, I'm not quite really sure, to be honest. Because I was trying to get some information if they really, because I am sure they cannot get married in the Philippines. It's because she was married. The first marriage she was married in the Philippines. In the Philippines, there is no divorce. So that's the reason why I think she divorced the guy here in United States, not in the Philippines, because there is no divorce that time in the Philippines. And I don't think she will be able to marry in the Philippines. But for what I heard, they went to a different country. I'm not sure if they went married over there, but that's what I heard.
Oh, so if she got married, she may have gotten married to that new guy in another country, but not the Philippines
Yes,
because they don't allow it.
yes, yes.
Do you think she did it here?
I don't think so. I'm not really sure if she did it here because the
When
guy
you
she's
got
married.
married to her here, She was still
Uh,
married here legally in Idaho, right?
yes.
So that was two
No,
marriages on the record.
actually, they were married in the Philippines, not in the United States. So the guy from
So
Idaho, they went to the Philippines and married her in the Philippines, but they
got you.
divorced in United States in Idaho.
All right. Well, we'll look to get some more information from you about that. However, we are ruling that this is controversy enough, and it is affecting your mental health and wellness. It is most likely um, an unconscionable contract due to the fact of your inherent disability in language of understanding that English is not only used in its colloquial, uh, common parlance, but also has a legalese, legal definition vernacular, uh, and which puts you at a further disadvantage and handicap. Uh, and we will, intercede to advocate that the court pay closer attention to the contract and strike that clause of lifetime alimony from the contract and render it conclusively as unenforceable uh, with prejudice. And so with that, we will conclude tonight, and we give thanks and praise to the Almighty God. Elion, Elion, El, and Yahweh bless. We're here, brother man. We're gonna reach back out to you in Noble Woodford El later. Is there anything else that you would like to say, or any information you'd like to give me before you dispatch?
So so she when I lost my job, actually when I got dismissed from my work, and I messaged her and let her know that I lost my job, and I will look for another job, and I will let her know once I get the job. But still, she still want me to pay her even though I don't have any income. What should I do? Because I was released from my work. Actually, I lost my job on January 5th, and since then, since I don't have any income, I don't have nothing to give her to her. That's why I applied for unemployment while I'm still looking for a job until now. So it's just gonna.
Wow. So this is broke. Why did you lose your job, by the way?
One of our chief engineer actually. So our old chief engineer he quit. It's just because he got to find a better job. So they hired a new chief engineer. Somehow he doesn't like me, and everything that there's an issue, he pointed on me, even though that uh, did I didn't even know exactly why he doesn't like me at all. Because I mean, he don't want me to work with the other engineering, but yet he allows the other
Does he
team.
know your ex?
Yeah, yes. Oh, no, 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 he
Does he know
doesn't.
your ex-wife?
No, sir, no, sir, he doesn't.
Is he of your nationality or just happened to be that way?
No, he's a Mexican. So so somehow he never likes me because even though I was trying to help the other colleague some issues, he turned around and came to me and get in trouble. I mean, it's just like no matter what, how hard I tried to help the other colleague to make it work easier. I mean, to help them, and yet I still get in trouble. So they finally released me, let me go on my job.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So, yeah, that's crazy timing with that. So, we'll throw a dua up for you for that. And yeah. So I just wanted to know because just in case she knew them or she was of the same tribal ethnicity, because then it might, signal something else there. So yeah, that would be it. So this is affecting your mental health and wellness. It's extreme hardship on you. We'll do some weekly check-ins every, maybe if you have time on the so-called weekends, on the strong ends, and we'll check in with you and get this affidavit done for you. And all right, may God be the glory, may God be with you, brother, and one love to you. And I'll talk to you later in the forward.
Thank you so much, sir.
So motivate. All
Okay.
right.
Bye bye.
Let's see.